Another reason why I left Christianity, the church, fundamentalism, is because the church and Christianity teaches a distorted view of female sexuality. So, as a disclaimer, everyone's background in religion is different. For those listeners who grew up in a denomination of Christianity or Catholicism that had a positive view or encouraged factual, scientific, medical views of female sexuality, I'm happy for you. But there are a lot of different denominations or parts within Christianity that do not teach a positive, factual, scientific, and medically accurate viewpoint of female sexuality. Especially in Christian psychology or religious counseling. So let's start with the first 30 years I grew up in the church. I grew up in Southern Baptist, which, as you know, or maybe you don't, but if you're aware of the SBC, the Southern Baptist Convention, you will already know how repressed many of the factions are within the Southern Baptist Convention. The Southern Baptist Convention does not believe women have any right to be in positions of authority where men are involved. You won't see a female in a position of senior leadership in churches or within the convention hierarchy. Men are taught in the Southern Baptist, fundamentalist, Calvinistic denominations that women are to serve men, be quiet, and stay silent in subjection and submission. I was homeschooled by curriculum that was extremely white supremacist, male-centered, and lacking of equality within the sexes. I never received sex education as a child. When I was around 17 and 18, I did read a very Christian fundamentalist textbook that briefly mentioned things like STIs or adultery. That was the extent of my sex education at that time. I've read a lot of books from the age of 18 to 25, which would have been in the early to late 2010s. And the Christian library books from various churches or in secular libraries was very unfactual. The curriculum I received in school or read in Christian churches was very man-centered, which is why they call it history. It was very hard to impossible to find medical anatomy books within the fundamentalist Florida curriculum, also known as ABECA. It's all one word, capital letters. Pretty notorious for their white supremacy and misogynistic ideas. They worked very closely with Focus on the Family. For those that know what Focus on the Family is, you will have noticed recently that the founder, Dr. James Dobson Jr., recently passed away a week ago. So I did not receive any education in straight sexuality. And nothing that wasn't straight sexuality. So nothing in any category, straight or not. I was never given a sex talk, no anatomy talk, no safe or consensual dialogue. Consent and autonomy might as well have been on Pluto because we never talked about it. I don't think my family has a concept of consent or autonomy.